welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. I don't even know, guys. I thought the last episode was going to be the ending. It wasn't. I've got my cat in here now. She's over here. Over there. So if you hear any weird noises, it's most likely her. We're just going to jump back into it. Right, we had just found out about her brother. Her oldest brother, I believe. Yeah. Oh, we don't have to climb out the window. This game has been an absolute trip.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
No.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Holy cow, that's a lot of missing posters.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
We're finally gonna see my room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
I don't know if I want to know about that last night.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, am I supposed to be moving? I can't want it up in my lap.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best
if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Years to create this game. Did I miss one? I missed two. No? I don't remember her drawing her mom. But I never got Odin. Okay, so Edie had Molly She had 5 kids with Sven. And then Sam and Kay. Hang on, back all the way up. Odin and Ingeborg, I don't know how to pronounce that word, had Edie. Edie married Sven. And they had Walter, Sam, Calvin, Barbara, and Molly. Barbara was 3 when Molly died. She died the year before Calvin did. Walter was never okay, but was born 2 years after the twins, I think. Sam married Kay, and they had Don, Gus, and Gregory. Don was first, then Gus, then Gregory. Gregory drowned at a year old. Gus died in the storm, and then Don got sick. Don and Sanjay had Lewis, Milton, and Edith. Lewis died in the cannery. Milton went missing and was presumed dead. And then we saw what happened to Edith. What's in the replay a story option? Oh! Can I replay this one? Replay, yes. Because I don't remember seeing this one. Where am I? Oh, okay.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Okay,
she could have, but she didn't.
I remember that.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
So this is the pink bathroom, right? Yes, okay, pink bathroom. That means there was something in here that I missed. This.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Achievement unlocked, the end of everything. So that's it. I got everything. That was a lot better of a game than I honestly thought it was going to be. It was really well made. It took 5 years for the developers to make it, and I can totally see why. I'm curious to see if I had made different choices, like how the game could have ended. I think it's all pretty linear, and that your choices throughout really don't actually make a huge difference. Like, for example, in Lewis's story, picking the fact that he was after a prince versus a princess, I wonder if that would have changed a little bit of how his story ended. I think it would have still ended in his death, because he has still died. You can't go back and change the past. And I really wish there would have been some sort of, you know, here's what happened to Milton. Because you kind of get to find out what happened to everybody else. Not so much Molly. I think maybe she died falling out of her window. I would have really liked to know what happened to Molly for sure, and then what happened to Milton. But, wow. Overall, fantastic game. If you want to play it for yourself again, I'll have a link to their Steam page down in the description, along with a link to the entire playlist of these videos. There's only 4 of them, so shouldn't take very long to watch all of them. If this is the video that you've managed to stumble upon, that's unfortunate. But thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to find another game and to play it for you guys. I think I'm probably going to take another little bit of time off. Yeah. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. It was definitely an interesting break from like the first-person shooter type games that I have been playing recently. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.